Dear Dan, how do you build a business that scales?
I believe most businesses, they stay small because they don't have the structure of an organization. And in the beginning, I didn't know that I needed a structure either. So I made the same mistake. But business, what it boils down to, you actually have maybe a core 3 or 4 functions. Depends on the industry you're in, and also depends on what type of business that you run. So the first function that most businesses have is operation. So under operation, you will have your productions, you would have your supply chain, right? Operations, and chances are when you grow a little bit bigger, your COO, your Chief Operating Officer from your executive team will be managing those, right? The operation and day-to-day of the business. Then you have what I call your finance, right? Under finance, you will have your legal, you will have your accounting, you will have your HR, right? Human resource. So chances are when you get bigger, you will have your CFO, your Chief Financial Officer that's in charge of that from your executive team. And then later on, you have your sales and marketing, right? Sales and marketing. Some companies, they separate the two, some they combine that together, but very much so, this is in charge of revenue generation, right? You might have your VP of marketing, your VP of sales, right? Sometimes customer support, sometimes falls under sales and marketing, sometimes it falls under operation. It's up to you. Mine falls under operation, right? Because sales marketing for us is such a big part of what we do. If you are in IT, if you're in pharmaceutical, then you might also have another function, what I call research and development, right? Your R&D. That's where you develop new ideas, do your research and find out what the marketplace wants, your research and development. In the beginning, when you are growing your little business, it's very difficult to fill all these roles at the same time, simply because maybe your revenue cannot sustain to hire all these people overnight, but you could add them one at a time. Now, here's my recommendation. Some people may disagree with it, but this is what works for me. In the beginning, I believe when you are below $1 million, you should focus on sales and marketing. What brings in the revenue? Nothing happens until a sale is made in business. You need to focus on revenue generating activities. Bring in the revenue. Hire good marketing people, hire good salespeople, bring in the revenue first. Then you want to take that money. Now you're making money. Now you want to think about maybe you want to add that general manager or that leader or the executive or that VP, whatever title, doesn't really matter, for operation or either for the finance. I say finance first if you were to ask me, because you need someone to be looking over the money, right? You need someone to be able to advise you how you to manage that cash flow. Now you need to develop your ability, if you don't have that ability yet, to read financials, because you need to know the pulse of your business. How do you make decisions? You want to make decisions based on data and numbers and not just emotions. I should do this, I should do that. No. What does the financial statement tell you, right? Then later on, you could add the other functions where you could then have someone who come in just running the operation. Then as the CEO, as the entrepreneur, you're focusing on higher level strategies or how to attract investors or how to attract key people to help to run your business. And that's how you go from a small business that's doing a few $100,000 to $1 million a year to $2 million to $5 to $10 million to $20 to $30 million. That's how you grow, given the fact that your industry actually could sustain and support that kind of growth. Now, however, I don't believe that you should raise money too quickly. I always subscribe to the idea of customer-funded business, because when you raise money too early as a business, you are diluting your equity, right? You're giving away a lot of equity. If you could bootstrap, and I love bootstrapping, if you could bootstrap and not having to take outside capital, but actually using sales and marketing to fund your growth, and you can delay raising money to as further away as possible, then you are in control of the business. And it's also, your life will be happier, let's put it this way, right? Whenever you raise money, if you take money from a venture capital firm or an equity partner, it's when you bring on a partnership, it gets a little bit more complicated, that you may not be able to create the way that you want or the freedom that you want. So that would be my recommendation. And that's how you grow your business, and bit by bit, and you fill each role, the right person in the right seat, and before you know it, you've got a pretty healthy, growing organization. Okay, does that help? Comment below. Until next time, I'll see you in my belly.
Dan's a force of nature. he's improved, arguably millions of lives where they can provide themselves with more money. His materials are great, excellent. He's at the top of his game.
Everything he says has a purpose, and everything he does is done with heart.
What I've seen from Seafood Unlocked, I didn't see it from anyone else. He's done it, he's been there, and he's still doing it.
Because of the Unlock, my revenue went 30% up.
I actually get like a clearer picture of how I should run my business. I can feel it that he really, truly want to help his students.
Started taking hold of more advanced strategies on building our brand, creating content, leveling up our team.
In an environment where I could actually be around people that were going to support that, encourage that, and hold me to a higher standard.
Dan is a great mentor to get you not only in the right frame of mind, but then to give you the know-how, the tools, the skills to get there.
If you will just follow his advice, go step by step according to his blueprint, you will achieve results more than you can imagine about.